Hello,
Okay.
Jerry.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello，已经开始录了。
Share your desktop.
Okay.
And
Okay.
how will we see the presentation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, today the topic I want to share is interoperability. It's cross-chain. As we knew that, recently people are more interested in cross-chain. Since just like maybe 20 or 30 years ago, people only had intranet. But you know that after we get IP protocol and we make intranet become internet, and we can do lots of useful application on it. So the same, if we can connect each independent blockchain system together, and maybe we can make it more valuable. So okay, today I want to introduce. Hold on. Yeah, today I want to introduce something about cross-chain, and there are two parts. The first, I will introduce. There are three main options of cross-chain, and the second is discussing three many popular methods dealing with the cross-chain issues. So let's get started. The first part. 缩小。再缩小。
这是直播会看不清楚。
可以啊，看我那边还行。
可以啊。Okay, we can continue. Okay, so you can see this figure. We get chain A and chain B. It means that there are two different blockchain systems, and we have account A here and account B on chain A, and also has account A, account B on chain B. We can say that Mr. A owns both this account A, and Mr. B owns this account B. So, okay. The first operation of cross-chain is transfer. This concept actually is quite easy. Transfer is, you can see, account Mr. Okay, I just mentioned account A. Account A has an asset A here. He wants to transfer to account A on chain B. This is called transfer. And you can see that the asset on chain A is gone, right? It transferred to the account A on chain B. But actually there are two cases, case A and case B. Case A is what I mentioned, the asset transfer. And the other case is after I transfer from account A on chain A to chain B, the asset on account A still there. Maybe you will ask me why. You can thinking about that today. I have some medical records in a hospital, and today I want to transfer the data to an insurance company. After I transfer my data from hospital to insurance company, the data in hospital is still there. It won't be gone. So, yeah, that's why we get two cases. And the second is called exchange. Exchange is, you can see the asset here, and there's also the other asset on account B on chain B. Do you see what happened?
What happened?
What happened is the asset here is transferred to account A, and the asset originally owned by account A is transferred to account B. it's different. Can you tell the difference between these two cases? They do the
Yeah.
exchange. This is only transfer, but this is exchange. See?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is exchange.
Exchange to another account.
Yeah, on different chain. And the third is encumbrance. It is more difficult to understand. It means that you can see the wording here. For example, this is my account, and I have the ownership of house. And also, on chain B, there's creditor's account, and this represents the mortgage creditor. And this asset means that I paid the money every installment. So once I don't pay the money to creditors, and the asset here will be gone. And the ownership of house will be transferred to creditors. So it means that the state of the asset will be affected by the other the state of account on other chain. Could you understand?
No.
No? Okay, you can see this. The state of SAA on chain A is affected by the state of SAB on chain B.
State. Affect by the state. Okay.
So you mean the asset B will change, it will affect the chain A, right?
Yeah. So I just give an example here is just, or maybe I can just introduce in Chinese for a little.
Okay.
这边有点像是那个什么，你房贷嘛，像你今天如果有缴房贷的话，例如这个是你的那个债权人的那个账户，你都有缴钱的话，它就会记录，这边就会有一个注记，然后你的那个房子的资产就会一样在你这边。可是如果当你有一天你不缴房贷了，然后你的这个房子的资产就会被退回给那个债权人的那个账户里面，所以我才说这个 encumbrance 的意思，它翻抵押，意思就是说你这个 account 的那个资产会受到另外一条链上 account 的资产影响，就是他们是互相牵引的。对啊。Could you understand Chinese?
No, I understood the whole time. No, I got it.
Nice.
Okay.
Doing a good job.
So when did this happen?
If you don't pay.
Yeah, if you don't pay.
You don't pay
And
the loan.
The ownership of the house will be transferred to the creditor's account. Since it's a digital asset, it's just mapping to your house. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. Oh,
Oh no.
oh, Jesus. Okay. So, we will do. There are three operations. The first is what? Transfer. It's a most simplest one. Transfer. And the second is exchange. And the third is encumbrance. Okay? There's three main operations of cross-chain. Okay, the part two is that there are three main ways to deal with cross-chain issues. The first one is hash locking. And
What?
too fast.
Oh, I understood it all.
And the second is called sidechain. And the third is notary. But today I'll only introduce the hash locking. Okay. Okay, and I will describe the scenario here. Today we get two security boxes. Security box A and security box B. And oh, actually not only two features, it's three features. I'm not good I don't good at count. Okay, three features of security box. You can check the identification And the second is the locker of box is hx is equal to k. It means that x is the key to unlock the box. And the third is it can set the specific period. When beyond the period, the box will be unlocked automatically. These are three features of security box. 保险柜. So get started. Mr. A want to exchange his asset with an untrusty Mr. B without the notary involved with. So how do they do the transaction? So okay, the step 2 is Mr. A choose a random X to generate the locker K and tells Mr. B what the locker K is. So both Mr. A and Mr. B, they know the locker K.
Okay.
So now they put their assets into their security box. Mr. A just put his asset into security box A, and the same with Mr. B. After they put their asset into a security box, they're gonna to lock, right? They're gonna lock the security box.
Okay.
And there are some rules. They use the K to lock the security box, right? And they also set the period. After 48 hours, if no one to unlock the security box, and it will open automatically. It will unlock automatically. And here is 24 hours. I will explain why here is 48 hours and here is 24 hours. And the other criteria is the right identification. It means that, see, this security box is owned by Mr. A, right? And it can say only Mr. B can open the box. And Mr. B can say Mr. A can open the box. So actually there are three criteria. The first one is you need to unlock the security box within the specific period. And you need to decide who can open this box. And the third, you need to know the key X. Okay, so any problem here?
Okay.
You can understand the scenario, right? Okay, so Mr. A, since the very first I said Mr. A, he picked a random X, right? So now he want to open the security box B. He just put the X into this locker. And since it fits the criteria, right?
Yes.
Within 24 hours, and he's Mr. A. So fit these three criteria. So he can open this security box.
Yes.
And after he opened this security box, the X is left on the security box. What does that mean? It means that Mr. B, he know the X now, right? Since the X is left on the box.
Okay.
So Mr. B can to check the X and put it into the security box A. Yeah. So after he put into the security box A, he can open the security box and get the asset, right?
Yeah.
So they finish the transaction. Actually, this method is called atomic transaction. What we say is called atomic, since atomic here is mean properties that 不可分割. I don't know how to say English. Yeah, so it means that there are only two scenarios. One is that the transaction is done, and the other is if it was interrupted in the process, then all the states will be traced back before the transaction gets started. Yeah. So do you have any problem of hash locking? This is the principle of hash locking. Do you want to discuss about it? If you have some. Hold on. Do you want to discuss about it?
Is this for cross-chain?
Yeah, cross chain. You can for cross chain.
No, I'm actually very impressed with it because it has a lot of not scalable, but it has a lot of applications, just like with the mortgage. I think this could be very. This could be very.
Whoa, very big breath, right?
No, sorry, guys. No, I think this actually has a lot of potential in the future. In fact, you could.
Yes.
Yes and no. Yes, a lot of potential. No, it requires them to change their infrastructure,
Yes.
which could be very hard.
Yeah, very hard.
But if you can convince the banks to do it, holy shit.
Yeah, since especially for 金控, how to say 金控 in English? I don't know how to say 金控. It just means that a group.
Something empty.
No, it's just like the group owns bank, insurance company, and lots of financial companies.
So the evil
group.
companies.
Huh?
Evil companies.
Okay, you can say evil company. You can say evil company.
sorry, joking. That's all.
Financial holdings.
Okay.
Is there a term called financial holdings?
Yes.
我随便讲，还真的是啊。
But
Financial.
I don't know if that's related to what you're trying to say.
I mean that since there are lots of financial company under the financial holdings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it means that today, if you want to combine the business, for example, the insurance and bank, and maybe some groups on the hospital, and you can do a new business model. For example, if you use blockchain, since you know now the insurance service, they take lots of time. You mean maybe you have the car accident, yeah, and maybe you need to wait for 1 week to get the insurance, to get the money, right? But now if you combine with the blockchain, I mean the hospital and the bank and insurance companies, and it means that you can transfer your medical record directly by blockchain to the third party, and they can own the trusted data, so they can give you money very fast, very soon. Yeah, some useful cases just like this.
More efficient.
More efficient.
I completely agree, but the problem still remains. Will they change their infrastructure?
Oh yeah, infrastructure is very hard to.
I mean, the banks they still use fucking COBOL.
Yeah,
You know.
COBOL, I know.
Windows 98 ATM.
Yeah. So it can be pretty hard. But,
Yeah.
But we are due for an upgrade. So unless there is a flaw in the infrastructure that we can find that will cause them to change.
But sometimes I would think that this kind of new business is more suitable to the new startup or
Yes.
not for a very huge company.
Problem with new startup though is they never have money.
So there is other
So,
methods, the huge company they can invest a new startup. They just invest not just to do the tech to do this kind of business by themselves in their company. Yeah, just buy them.
Yeah.
I think it's more suitable
So
to do by themselves.
If that is what that's still a very viable business strategy. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just that's another business strategy.
Since I'm working in the bank, and the situation in the bank is that, for example, since I'm working in the financial division, and the people in digital financial division are very innovative. They want to change the current policies or current business. But since if you change or if you innovate, you will 损害怎么讲？You will
damage
you
损害 damage the profit.
can I say damage the profit? I don't. I can.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can damage the profits from
Shareholders
other.
would be sad and,
Yeah, the profit of other
Mhm.
outdated
Mhm.
business unit. You know, maybe they use the outdated business model to earn lots of money, but today you want to use just like blockchain, and you say, oh, it's decentralized, but it is still also
But
meaning that
businesses don't like that.
yeah,
They want
it means
to
that
power.
they don't pass through land. They can earn money.
Exactly.
So sometimes if you want to suggest the new
But they want-
policies, they will just put you back.
Of course, because
Yeah.
as a business,
Yeah.
it has the responsibility
Yeah,
to make money,
so
to be
like
able to pay you. Unless they do not, then they will not be able to pay you.
yeah, that's the issue. And I found out there's still something that I haven't teaching to you.
Oh, sure.
This
Swap.
is swap.
Swap.
On-chain swap. You can, okay, and maybe we can see here. Skip. Do you really want to skip? Mm-hmm. First, this is simple to show A picks the random number X. A and B want to transact Bitcoin with Litecoin. So the first, A create a transaction 1. And the content of this transaction will be pay WBTC to this public key. It means public address. If X for none and signed by B. Actually, it's the same with the example I mentioned before, the security box, since it's the key, right? And signed by B, it means the identification. And also, add create transaction 2, pay WBTC from transaction 1 to S public key. Lasts 48 hours in the future. So don't you have any question that what here we need 48 hours and here is only 24 hours? You can think about there is one scenario is that I am Mr. A. I just put my key into security box B, right? I can, if here is the maybe 23 hours. If here is not 48, it's 23 hours, and here is 24 hours. And I can wait till the 22 hours and 59 minutes, and I put my X here, and I can get your asset back. And after he get my key X, he want to open my security box. But what I mentioned is that out of this period, the security box will be unlocked automatically. So if here is 23, here is 24, I can just get your assets and I can also get my assets back. Then Mr. B, he can only get nothing. That's the reason why we said at least it has to longer than 24.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason. So actually, A and B, if they want to make a deal to exchange Bitcoin with Litecoin, they need to, you can see here, they need to both sign this multi-signature here to decide how long the security box will be unlocked automatically. Yeah, so you can see here 48 hours and B signs transaction 2 and returns to A. There is a multi-signature. And the same here, B create transaction 3, paid outcomes to a public key. Yeah, the same here. And yeah. And B submit to transaction 3 to a network, and S ban transaction 3 and revealing X is put X into the security box B, and it can get the Litecoin back. And after the B know the key X, it can also get the asset that I put into his security box. So the deal is over. And this is atomic. Yeah. If the process is halted, it can be reversed no matter what when it is stopped. Yeah. That is a hash locking. Actually, this method is since there are 3 methods. One is hash locking and another is sidechain. I will put some material here later. And the other is notary. This is a more easy one. And this is the hardest one, sidechain. And the hash locking is in the middle. Yeah. And I will introduce sidechain next time.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Done. Yeah.